Kroger Tender Ray Beef presents by transcription Hearts in Harmony. K is for Kroger, C is for cut, B is for beef. KCB means Kroger Cut Beef, and Kroger Cut Beef means more meat for your money. Visit your Kroger store. That's where you'll find Kroger Cut Beef and many other famous stars of the food world. And now today we have another special treat for you. Here's Walter O'Keefe, who'll tell you about a star of the food world featured at Kroger's.
Good. Good. That's what Campbell's soups are. Good.
And ladies, take it from Walter O'Keefe. Just about as good a soup as you could ask for is Campbell's tomato soup.
Right you are, Walter. Fact is, Campbell's tomato soup is the soup most folks like best.
Sounds like the sweepstakes answer to meal problems.
Right. And with Campbell's Tomato Soup Week about to begin at grocers everywhere, this is your big opportunity to stock up on the new pack Campbell's Tomato Soup.
Good. Good. Campbell's tomato soup is good.
Get Campbell's soups at your Kroger store. It's Kroger for better values on well-known brands, the stars of the food world. And now, Hearts in Harmony. They haven't dared tell Penny Gibbs, but yesterday in Rossville Cemetery, Barry Carlton was laid to rest. Penny, in Heatherton Hospital, recovering from automobile injuries, has no knowledge of his death. Last night she had a dream, and this morning she's telling Nurse Angela Brill about it.
It was a lovely dream for a while, Angela. I dreamt that Barry and I were married. In fact, that it was our 4th anniversary.
A lot can happen in a few seconds when you're dreaming, can't it?
Mm-hmm. I couldn't have been dreaming for more than a few seconds.
Definitely not. I was only halfway down the hall when I heard you screaming.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Well, you did.
I guess that was the bad part of the dream. Barry and I were watching clouds, and I saw a cloud that looked like an automobile. It was moving fast because it was a high wind.
Dreams are strange sometimes, but I've seen clouds like that in real life.
Yeah, so have I, but in this dream, the cloud in the shape of a car was racing toward another tinier cloud that was cutting across in front of it. I told Barry it reminded me of our automobile accident when a little girl ran out in front of us 4 years ago. That's when the dream got bad.
You mustn't dwell on it, Miss Gibbs.
It was awful, Angela. He suddenly turned away from me and went into the house and wouldn't let me follow him. I called after him, but it was as if he didn't hear me.
Well, I heard halfway down the hall. You were shouting his name at the top of your lungs.
Oh, he didn't hear me in his room, did he?
No, he was sleeping at the time.
Oh, that's good.
Today's going to be an important day for you, Miss Gibbs.
Yeah, I think I know why, too. The bandages are coming off.
Mm-hmm. Are you glad?
Awfully glad. I know what you're thinking, Angela. It's about the scars, isn't it?
Well, there may be scars, you know.
I know it. But I'm ready for the worst. As a matter of fact, I have an idea it will be pretty bad, too.
Oh, maybe not as bad as you think.
Look, don't you try and soften it for me, Angela. Scarred face may change my life, but it won't spoil my life. Of course, I don't like the idea of being marked, but I've had a lot of things happen to me that I don't like, and a lot more things I don't like will happen to me in the years to come.
Well, you're certainly looking at it the right way.
What other way is there to look at it? Just because my face has changed doesn't mean that I'm changed. And though it may alter my future a little bit, I don't think it'll change it totally. Oh, no, I still have a wonderful life ahead of me with Barry. Well, maybe I shouldn't be too sure of that.
As a general rule, it's not wise to be too sure of anything.
Yeah, I know. If my face is too awful, Angela, I won't allow myself to be a burden to Barry.
Miss Gibbs, you forget there's plastic surgery. There's very little that plastic surgery can't do these days.
Yes, but it may not be able to help me completely. I'm even prepared to hear that.
No wonder I admire you so much.
Admire me for what?
The way you're taking this. There was a time, just a little over a week ago, when, well, I thought you'd never be in a strong enough frame of mind to think as you do now. I'll tell you frankly, we were all worried about you.
Angela, there's never any reason to worry about me. I managed to get through everything somehow. Blundering my way through sometimes, but always making it. Well, maybe that's why I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Maybe that's why I'm so sure of myself, my reactions and my future. Well, when do the bandages come off?
Pretty soon. Dr. Weston himself is coming over to take them off, and he'll tell you all about what can be done with the scars.
Dr. Weston's office.
Dr. Weston, this is Nurse Brill.
Oh, yes, nurse. How's Miss Gibbs this morning?
In very good spirits, Doctor. She knows the bandages are coming off, and she's quite ready for a shock, if there's to be one.
She seemed to be in good spirits when I saw her yesterday afternoon. I think we've built her up sufficiently.
I'm sure we have. I questioned her at length, just as you asked me to do, and I don't think there'll be any danger.
Thank you, nurse. I'll be up to take the bandages off at 3 o'clock. You might tell her.
Yes, Doctor. And about that other matter, should she be given any hint?
Well, Mrs. Billings is here in my office now, and we're talking it over. I'll advise you later.
Yes, Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, Mrs. Billings, your daughter seems sufficiently strong to have a look at her face today.
Well, Doctor, is it bad?
Oh, no, not too bad. I never thought it would be. But I had doubts that a girl as beautiful as your daughter could withstand the shock of being marred, at least in her weakened condition. But she seems to be ready for it now.
I'm glad it's going to be over with pretty soon. Oh, about her eyes, Doctor.
They showed up rather badly in the recent test. And I still have fears that the accident did some damage to her vision.
Oh.
Just how much, I don't know yet. We'll have a specialist look at her the first of next week. We'll know a lot more. But in the meantime, don't worry.
Well, if you think I shouldn't.
I think there's a more immediate worry, Mrs. Billings, and the matter outside of the realm of medicine.
You mean telling her about Barry?
We can't keep it from her much longer. She's going to find out by accident if we don't tell her first.
Mm-hmm.
And that might serve as an additional shock.
Was she well enough to be told?
I think so. She's thoroughly prepared to see her face. Her reaction to that, however, will determine for me how well she can hold up under the news of young Carlton's death.
Oh, she's asked for him constantly, Doctor, every time I've been with her.
Yes, she's always asking for him. But surely she must have some idea that all is not well. None of us that I know of have given her satisfactory answers to her questions about him.
But she's trusting, Doctor, has a great deal of faith. I'm sure she has no idea that Barry's dead, or not the slightest notion that he's even in danger of dying.
Mm-hmm. You're saying, then, that you don't think she's ready to be told about the boy?
Well, if you say so, she is.
Well, I'll know shortly after 3 o'clock. In any event, I wouldn't want you to tell her right away. This evening, perhaps, would be soon enough. Well, Miss Gibbs, at least I'm prompt, don't you think? It's exactly 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but did you have to wait till 3 o'clock, Dr. Weston? Oh, this is the longest day in my life.
Well, it's going to be a record day, isn't it? Because it's not over yet. Well, let's have another look under those bandages, shall we?
I'm ready.
Fine. Nurse, scissors, please.
Here, Doctor.
Now, just put your head back on the pillow, Miss Gibbs, and we'll get rid of these wrappings for good.
Here, Miss Gibbs, let me hold your head.
I guess I'm so excited I can't lie still.
That's a good girl. Lie still now. Here they go, Miss Gibbs. One at a time.
Oh. Angela, hold my hand.
All right.
What does it look like, Angela?
I can't see yet. I'm on the wrong side.
They'll let you see for yourself in just a minute, Miss Gibbs. One more, and that's the last of it. There we are. All done.
Feels strange.
Yes, I imagine it does. Just as I expected.
Yeah, I know it's going to look bad, but I still think I'm lucky to be in one piece. May I look now, Dr. Weston?
I think so. Nurse, hand her that mirror, will you?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Miss Gibbs. Take just a little look at first.
All right.
How much did you see?
Only a little bit. All of a sudden, I'm frightened.
That line near the nose, Miss Gibbs, it's only a small scar. We'll make that disappear with no trouble at all.
Miss Gibbs, may I hold the mirror for you?
No, I'll hold it. I'll see my whole face this time. I'll take a long look.
That's a girl.
It's, pretty bad, isn't it, Dr. Weston?
Well...
But it's not half as bad as I expected, not half as bad. And I know that you'll be able to fix it. At least most of it.
You bet we will. Maybe all of it.
You want to give me the mirror now, Miss Gibbs?
No, Angela. No, I think I'll keep it a while. I want to look at it again. I'll have to get used to my new face if I'm going to wear it for a while. Come in.
Good evening, Benny.
Good evening, Mother. Come in if you don't mind a dark room.
No, I don't mind at all. Well, why are the lights out? Are your eyes bothering you, dear?
A little.
Well, then, perhaps it's a good idea to give them a rest. Dr. Weston said you were wonderful when the bandages came off this afternoon. But he knew you would be.
Was I wonderful?
You know you were. For the first time, we know you're completely well, or will be very shortly.
Mother.
Hmm?
Did they tell Barry about my face?
No, they didn't, Penny. I had a talk with Dr. Weston a little while ago, dear. And there's something I want to tell you, Penny.
I know what it is, Mother. My face is awful. You should have seen it.
Darling, no, it's not bad at all.
Oh, Mother, it's terrible. I turn on the light and let you see it, only it's too awful.
Now, dear.
Mother, I never want you to see it. I never want you to look at me again.
Penny,
Mother, go
darling.
in. Forget about me. Tell everybody I've ever known to forget about me. I can't bear to let anybody see my face, not anybody.
Darling, Dr. Weston...
I don't care what Dr. Weston says. I can't live with a face like this. I don't want to live. I want to die. Oh, Mother, it's awful. It's terrible. It's the most horrible face I've ever seen.
Penny, you mustn't
Mother,
give
go
way.
away. I can't talk anymore. Go away.
All right, darling.
Mother, please go away.
All right, I'm leaving.
Oh, Mrs. Billings, did you tell her?
No, nurse, I couldn't.
You couldn't, but I thought
She hasn't taken the scarred face as well as we thought, Miss Brill. And now I'm afraid the news of Barry's death will be a fatal blow. I think I'd better see Dr. Weston right away.
Now, how will they ever be able to tell Penny that Barry is dead? Will she recover from the tragic shock of the scars on her face? Be sure to listen to the next dramatic episode of Hearts in Harmony. KCB. KCB. KCB means Kroger cut beef, and Kroger cut beef means more meat for your money. Yes, Kroger cut beef gives you more meat, less waste. That's because before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. You get more meat, less waste in Kroger cut beef. It's top U.S. government grades of beef, tender, juicy, rich red, marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. So visit your neighborhood Kroger store and buy your favorite cut of beef. If you can get a Kroger cut sirloin steak, you'll notice that before the steak is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes the stringy end, the waste, and the excess bone. So remember, whether you buy a steak or roast, Kroger cut beef gives you more meat for your money. But remember, ladies, you can buy a Kroger cut steak or roast only at Kroger stores. Make up your mind right now to visit your neighborhood Kroger store without delay. Your Kroger meat man has just the cut of beef you want. It's delicious and juicy. It's top-grade beef that will thrill your family. Make it a rule to buy Kroger cut beef and get more meat, less waste, which means you get more meat for your money at your Kroger store. Listen again Monday, same time, same station, for another exciting transcribed chapter of Hearts in Harmony.